Hello, my name is Beth Dixon, and this is a video series based on Vicki Borlaug's PowerPoint presentation on population mean, variance, and standard deviation. I wish to thank Mrs. Borlaug for allowing me to use her PowerPoint to make this set of videos. This is part 3 of this set. If your teacher allows you to use the calculator to do these problems and you are not required to do these problems by hand, you may use the method shown here in the next slides. If not, you still may use this method that we're showing to check your answers. Now we will check the mean and standard deviation using var stats on the calculator. Note, on the calculator, var stats can be found by pressing Stat, arrowing over to the Calculate, and then choosing var stats under that. And the comma is the key above the 7 key. We are still working on the book cart problem and the book cart probability distribution from parts 1 and 2 of this PowerPoint. And if you've not watched those, you may need to go back and watch those to completely understand where this problem comes from. But we want to check that the answers that we obtained in that part are correct. And so to check that, we want to type var stats list 1, comma, list 2, and then press enter. And again, to get var stats, you will press Stat, over to Calculate, and choose var stats under the Calculate menu. When you press enter, you will see the screen shown here, and we are looking for the mean and standard deviation. The calculator will not give us the variance. The calculator uses X bar for the mean, and it is 3.1 and matches our mean. Note, the calculator notational error should really be mu because this is a population mean. But the calculator goes back and forth between samples and population here, and it just tends to use it will use X bar for everything. The population standard deviation is given by sigma, with the X indicating that it's for the X values that we typed in. So ignore the X and look for the sigma. And the population standard deviation does match what we got at 1.3748. Please follow your teacher's guidelines for rounding. Here is one last thought before we leave our book cart problem. Our information is to put into list 1 and list 2. And the correct way to check it is to use var stats list 1, comma, list 2. This gives us the correct answer. For a class discussion, well, we're not in a class, but for something for you to think about at home, why would it be wrong to check this way, which is the var stat list 1? And why is it correct to use var stat list 1, comma, list 2? And why does that give us the right answer? If we just type in list 1, the calculator use list 2 in its calculations? No. Did we use list 2 in our calculations? Yes. So if we want the calculator to use what we know it should, then we need to tell the calculator to use list 1 and list 2. If the probabilities are not specific, what do you think the defaults would be? And how could you check this on your calculator? If we don't give it any probabilities, the calculator assumes that everything is equally likely, and therefore it gives everything an equal chance and only uses list 1. And if you type nothing in after one var stats, it assumes just list 1. Here are a couple of problems for you to try. This concludes the PowerPoint and the videos that I have based on it. If you need more help and are a Walters State student, please come by in the Math Lab in MBS 222. Thank you for watching.